So last week I almost made a video about a die just because he missed so many tackles. This week it's going to be tough not to, or it was tough not to, just because he was involved in 2 touchdowns. So the first one is definitely Casey Hayward's fault. You're going to watch him right here, and there's no reason that he should be beat. But as a free safety, there's no reason that he should not make this play right here, and I'll tell you exactly why. So first off, let's just watch it. Watch Casey Hayward. Gets beat to the inside. That can't happen in man coverage. Touchdown. So, you want to point fingers, though. Derwin James also falls for the play action. Could have had an easy touchdown right there. The reason that this all comes back to Jalil Adai is so they are in man coverage. He is, 7 yards in the end zone. He has one job, be deeper than deepest and to rob any throw that comes over the middle of the field. This receiver runs out. As he goes right here, there's no chance that he would get there anyways. So he has one threat, and when I say middle of the field anyways, this is the only person coming over the middle of the field. He should see that, read his eyes, and get there. He is not a run player. I repeat, there is no chance that he would make a play right here just based on his alignment. And look at all the help they have right here. He's not going to make a play at the line of scrimmage. Watch. As the play unfolds. Play action, he should stop right there and retreat the other way. Just a lot of things he does just really gets under my skin. And this is one of them where it might not seem like he was at fault just because Hayward does get beat. But if Adai's in the right spot here, a heady football player, somebody who knows what they're doing, understands coverages, understands what the quarterback is trying to do or what the offense is trying to do to them, they make this play, man. Or they at least break up the pass or are in position. The fact that he's not even in position to make a play is pretty frustrating. So look at it again. Watch how deep he is. If you're reading the line as well, or if you're reading whatever your keys are, I don't know what they're taught to read, but just how the receivers take off, that usually is a pretty good indicator if it's a pass. Obviously, they say, a lot of people say high hats tell you it's a pass. Low tells you it's a run. You can see all the linemen right there, high. And Adai is nowhere to be found. And Hayward has to cover the entire middle of the field essentially by himself. Just not a smart play there by Adai. Just he's really giving them nothing, and he is a complete liability at this point. And we haven't even got to the worst play. This next one made me get up and scream at my TV, and I never do that. This one was tough to watch. So it's obviously some sort of cover 3. So Williams is locked on backside man coverage, whatever. We still have cover 3 from everywhere else. He's in zone. He has the middle of the field. He has to get right here to this flat area and then Perriman out here and blah, blah, blah. Everybody drops to where their respected zones are. So Beathard is going to drop back. He's going to try to look Adai off and make him think that he's throwing here, only to throw it to Kittle on this little stick nod. But the reason that this makes 0 sense for Adai to chase here. First of all, let's just watch the play. Watch Adai fall for right there. Beathard looks off. He takes off. Doesn't really acknowledge the only threat that he has. And from there, he can't catch Kittle, who is a pretty crazy athlete. But here is exactly why. If you get a good pre-snap read, if you are a smart football player, again, or have any sort of awareness, the pre-snap read tells you, so there's 3 threats. 1, 2, 3. Judging by your alignment, probably not going to be able to get here, and you want them to throw to the wide side of the field against Casey Hayward. Deep, that is, anyways. This one, look where he's lined up at. If a receiver is lined up outside of the numbers, like to this extreme, they're probably not going to throw the ball to them. If he was going to run an out route, he would be at the top of the numbers. If he was going to run, I mean, obviously you can get here on a slant like he was going inside, but if he looked at him and you can see from your peripheral vision at playing free safety if he's going to get outside release it, he's not going to throw him the ball. But this guy doesn't know that, he's not aware, and here is what happens. He falls for it, he takes the cheese. You're going to watch Kittle look him off, whereas right away he should be, boom, he's coming downfield. That was before his little head fake, so he's 10 yards, 12, almost 15 yards down the field before he even throws in a head fake. There's no reason for a guy to go anywhere else but the one threat in his zone. I saw some people blaming Emmanuel for this. There's nothing that Emmanuel should do. Maybe get a hand on him at the line of scrimmage, but once he's past 2 yards, it's not Emmanuel. This guy should know that there's only one threat here. There's one person that he needs to take away. Also, he's the best player on the freaking team. He's their best receiver. Why wouldn't you pay more attention to him? The fact that he's running free isn't good. The fact that there's nobody on him, that your safety doesn't take away their best threat is pretty embarrassing, man. It's just bad football, not good football, not aware football by a guy. And eventually, man, they got to hold him accountable. It's just not happening. On the goal line play, on the touchdown play previously, Rayshawn Jenkins made a play in the backfield, and he was taken out. Next play, touchdown. So maybe it's time, man. Maybe it's time to start taking some of these snaps away from Adai. He's clearly not a center fielder. This isn't him. But just watch the depth. Look how far downfield he is. This is the line of scrimmage right here. It's like 13 yards downfield before he even gives a fake. So they're in a quote-unquote position if it is an underneath throw, but the one throw that needs to be made, the one zone, Adai is not there. Really tough to watch, man. They're going to have to start holding him accountable, and I don't care if he's a leader. I don't care how many intangibles he has. He is costing them, and he's costing them big time.